Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral. Joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command as always. I do apologise that there hasn't been any content over the last week. However, there's not been much to really report on, not really been much to do. But I've decided to bring this video out. It's a little bit late. I should have brought it out probably yesterday. But anyway, it's here for now and obviously for the future, just in case this event does pop up again. I'm going to show you how to do it, the way I did it. And I think probably it's the easiest and probably the most quickest way to do it if you're in a predicament that I'm in, for example. So let's get straight in. If you go to the events, obviously at the moment you got these Trek or Treat events. I imagine these might pop up again over the next couple of days, or again they might pop up in somewhat shape or form in the future. They'll be very, very similar because at the end of the day they are just hostile hunt, essentially, or faction hunt, should I say. That's all they are. The difference is you get different rewards, that's all. So as you can see, for mine personally, you need to get 188.5k to obviously complete the event. And I've completed all three. It didn't take me an hour and a half like it normally does to do these types of events. It actually only took me about 15 minutes to do all three of them. And this is how I did it. And again, you can take what you want from this. It's completely your take on this. But this is how I personally did it myself. So as you look into this, you've obviously got all the different categories, all the different sizes of or levels of ships that you can hit. And obviously this depends on what type or what level you are as well. So for my ops level, like I say, mine's 188. So what I did, I found a level 49 ships and I went and hit one of them. And you're probably thinking, how did I hit level 49 ships? Because they must be pretty strong. And yes, they are pretty damn strong. But as you can see, I complete that whole event with just that one ship. I could do 48, but I couldn't find any. So 49 will have to do. And the way I did this personally is if you go to any of the capitals, any of the main sort of home systems of the three factions. So we'll go for Federation, for example. If you go to any of these, you've got an absolute butt ton of transports in here, which there's two different types. There's the heavy Federation transport. They're the ones you want to avoid at all costs. And then if we can find one like this one, just says Federation transport. These are the ones that you want to hit if you can. And you're probably thinking, how did I take it out with just my 2.5, nearly 2.6 million ship? Okay, I'm not going to lie. This took me 3 hits. It takes me 3 hits to take one of these things down. So all I did was I parked my Discovery in this system. And then every time, like literally on the path of this transport, so I would park it right here, for example. So then as soon as I hit it with the Auger is going to die the first time. Just keep hitting it until the Auger dies. And then the second round, you're going to hit it again. But every time you hit it, if you're fast enough, or you should be fast enough because you should be paying attention, if you can get your ship repaired and then just get it hopefully sent back straight away with the summoning ability, if you can get it sent back straight away, you can beat the ship's shields regenerating, which means obviously when it comes to hitting it the second time round, you're going to already be through the shields and you're going to be hitting the hull straight away. So it actually took me 3 attempts on all of these ships. And I did the exact same thing in obviously Romulus space and obviously Kronos space as well. And it works for every single one. Like I say, it took me with my Auger 3 attempts. Obviously, if you can obviously hit bigger ships, then, hit bigger ships if you have the capabilities. Or you can have a Jelly, for example, where you can just take these down no problem on its own. But I imagine if you have a Jelly and stuff, then you're going to be, your score is not going to be 188,000. Your score is going to be, absolutely massive. But what you want to try and do, like I say, is you want to try and hit. I've found to speed these events up. This one works for me because I obviously am the level I am. So this one works quite well for me. But even if you're around the same level as me, like even all the way down to level 34, this tactic would still work. Obviously, if you have a decent enough Auger or one of the other ships that you can use, obviously it might vary because you are hitting transports, but the other ships as well, like obviously they depending on the power of the ship and stuff. So it might take that sort of into consideration. But this works with probably all 3 ships at level 34 upwards, probably 2.5 plus million. Like I say, it took me on the third attempt, I destroyed the ship every single time. As long as you're quick with your respawn and your repairs, and then get it sent back straight away. It's just an easy way of doing it. Obviously, that's providing you have the discovery. That's just one tip. Otherwise, what you should do in these events, if I'm honest, it's a bit bally. I don't really like doing these events, if I'm honest, because they take far too long, in my opinion. Obviously, you can tier up ships if you really want to and just save them for these events, because it saves you a lot of time. However, who really wants to do this? I wouldn't imagine anyone really wants to save the tier up of the ship just for this event. So what I would recommend, if you are a low level who can't do this, you need to try and find a level where, like say level 36, 37, or even level 38, 39, if you can hit them. And you need to just hit as many as humanly possible. Yes, it will take you much longer to do, but in the long run, your ship will last much longer. And obviously, it means you can move on to the next faction and hopefully get it done that way. I personally don't like this event. Please let me know your comments down below whether you like this opinion, like you like this sort of rundown. Is this sort of something that you do, or do you just go around hitting as many ships as you can hit? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Other than that, that's been this video. Like I say, I'm not going to drag this out because there's not much else to talk about. As soon as there's content, we will talk about it. As soon as the new arc's out, we will talk about it. Obviously, going into Halloween, obviously later on this week. Again, we will talk about anything that I find of use or of interest to you as the viewer. But other than that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like button, and as always, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on what you should do in this type of event and the best method that works for you. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.